there, and it is neilphotography.com.
Yes.
Right?
Isn't there out of Valley Springs?
And they do a really
nice job.
Really nice job. And
so we'd like to start off with a little bit of local news.
Yeah, we will. Let me get my thing up here. So our producer Ed Lark sees our tagline right
there
behind us, because otherwise we'll get to you're not using the screen correctly.
He doesn't want to see that hot blonde in the back.
Well, just the hot blonde.
You'd probably rather.
Right. Oh no.
Dear.
Uh-oh. Bob, do we have to fix? We had a power outage.
My computer.
Oh no.
Did not plug it in.
Okay. Bob is going to.
Well, I'm going to need it.
You know what? I'm going to do the hard news pieces real quick, and then we will start off with that. And also, want to start out with this morning. This has been a busy morning. This is one of those days where you drive everywhere and you feel like you didn't get anywhere.
Exactly.
We started off with this early morning, 7:30 a.m. with Supervisor Candidate and Angels Camp City Councilman Lee Seaton this morning, early. Then we went to a Calaveras County Planning Commission meeting. And the Planning Commission meeting this morning was a little bit interesting. We'll pull this up here.
Okay.
And
it was on Saddle Creek, correct? Is that what they talked about?
And yes, Saddle Creek. And Paul Stein was there representing Castle and Cook, Saddle Creek Inc. And they were looking for a
extension.
10-year extension. Whoops.
To finish the development of Saddle Creek.
And this was a very logical request because in face of the recent economic climate, they would like a little more time to finish the build out on Castle and Cook. We'll have the video of the meeting up later. Where this is the picture behind of Bob Selman's here, and then the Planning Commission arrayed out in front. The meeting started off with discussion of Trinitas.
It did.
And
that wasn't even on the agenda, was it?
It looks like on Trinitas will be up before the Planning Commission on November 6th.
Okay.
And one of the things that came up today, and Bob Selman's talking about this now, is they're going to be doing a field trip, so to speak.
Field trip.
It hasn't been noticed yet, but it should be. This is not 100% sure, but it most likely.
You mean noted?
Noticed.
Oh, noticed.
Yeah,
okay.
because they have to do the notification to the public.
Okay,
yeah, noticed. Because they are going to, on October 16th, the entire Planning Commission is going to have part of their meeting actually at Trinitas.
Okay.
They still have to confirm that it is okay with Trinitas that they do that.
I'm sure they won't mind.
But that is looking at where they're looking at probably October 16th to do a full field trip, so to speak, to Trinitas.
For lunch. All right.
And also, a little bit on that, they were talking...
And then they're having the public hearing when?
November 6th. The first November meeting will be the... that is when Trinitas will be before the Planning Commission.
Okay.
The other issue, and this is the one that was... This is the other item that was continued that we talked about a couple days ago. The...
Ventana?
It was continued to November 16th.
Originally October 16th, and then
November
they continued
6th.
Again to November 6th. They continued it twice.
Got it.
Yes.
So whatever worth...
So this is not right. She actually called me and said it's November 6th.
Yeah, I mean, whatever was worth doing well once, you might as well do it again, right?
So
if you're going to continue
they will also
once,
be present November 6th along with Trinitas.
So it will be a...
Ventana, LLC. So today they mainly talked Saddle Creek. So what happened?
They gave him 10 years.
They gave him 10 years
basically.
to finish.
I mean, it was realistically in today's economy, and also is by reputation is Castle and Cook tends to do good developments. They dot every I. They cross most of their T's. They do a good job. So they were granted their extension.
Their 10-year extension.
Yeah.
Well, good. Okay.
And Paul Stein, we saw Paul Stein twice today.
Okay, you did.
Yeah, we did. And he was there this morning, bright and early, talking Planning Commission stuff.
Okay.
And the other one is moving on to, what, just throwing stuff offside here? Yeah, we're done with that. And also would like to thank our unpaid product sponsor tonight. Yes, our unpaid product sponsor tonight is Diet Coke.
Which someday we hope will be a paid sponsor,
yes,
right?
But also the other one is that we hope that their sales spike so much by having us drink. Let me.
I don't have a drink tonight. Did you notice? I didn't pour my drink.
Oh, that is really good Diet Coke.
You're gonna have to
Their
share.
sales in Calaveras County will spike so much because we drank it on the news that they'll just start sending us money.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Or
Isn't
free
that-
Diet Coke, maybe. I don't know.
That, we wouldn't even. That wouldn't even work. Yeah.
As much as you go through, my goodness.
Anyway, that was it for the Planning Commission. We will have the entire Planning Commission meeting up.
Okay.
We
are going to start. If you haven't heard us before, we are going to start videoing every planning commission meeting, just like through the Board of Supervisors meetings, for your viewing pleasure. Right? Did you video the COG meeting last night? I forgot to ask you that. You didn't.
We didn't video the COG meeting.
Right, and there she is again. There's the hot blonde.
There she is.
Photography.
Neo Photography. Okay, and covering a little bit of other news, and this comes a couple of articles we're gonna.
This is from the DA's office,
now,
right?
This morning in the Planning Commission meeting, I was the only member of the press in there.
Okay.
And one of the reasons for that is today was a busy day at the courthouse.
Okay.
And there were some breakdowns in the plea deals on the the deaths, the fight that resulted in deaths in Angels Camp.
Okay.
And there was also a release out of the DA's office on the death of John Ham at the hands of his. And sorry, we had to close. Bob was making too much noise out there. At the death of his wife.
Okay.
And this one is they have decided.
The death of his wife?
No, he was.
Yeah,
at the hand of his wife.
Yes, at the hand of his wife. Okay.
They have decided, and this is not unexpected, the DA's office has decided not to try her.
Okay.
In his death. There were reports of repeated but unreported abuse of her.
So they're saying it could have been self-defense.
Right, but there's also, and this is one of those things where she's not, this
has been going on for about 28 months.
Yeah, and she will be probably under, even with this, because the other details and stuff come out, she'll probably be under somewhat of a cloud of suspicion for the foreseeable future. But they are not going to formally charge her.
Okay.
The other piece, and we might as well read from this, we'll pull from Dana Nichols on the record and his piece on this. And this is where the plea deals collapsed in the Calaveras County murder case. This came in late this afternoon, and this is some of the overlap from this morning because they were in one courtroom as I was finishing up Planning Commission stuff this morning, this was working in another courtroom.
Okay.
So I would rather talk about development and Castle and Cook than death.
Yes,
but we know that many of you would probably be more interested. No, just kidding. There's no way to make light of this. I mean, it's not a pleasant topic. We don't like talking about it in our small county. This is what happened. There on the June 5th deaths of father and son in Angels Camp. Both Juan Flores Torres and 55 and it says Delfino Flores Cruz 28 are accused in the stabbing deaths of Pablo Lopez Sr. 46 and Pablo Lopez Jr. 24 during an encounter in the parking lot of an Angels Camp apartment complex. And this is the one that we first talked about this at 10 o'clock at night, or later after we did the news. We went over there right after the news. Now, they thought they had plea deals arranged in this to where they would both plead out.
Okay.
That broke down today. It's a little unclear whether they will have an opportunity to plead or they're just going to go to trial. So basically...
How about if I read this while you plug in my computer?
Okay.
Both could face terms up to life in prison if convicted of murder. Prosecutors offered Juan Flores Torres, whom they believe administered fatal stab wounds, a chance to plead guilty to a charge of voluntary manslaughter that would have yielded a maximum sentence of 22 years in prison. But when Judge E. Martin questioned Juan Flores on whether he understood the deal and was agreeing to it voluntarily, Flores launched into defense of his actions. Sorry about that. Not used to this computer. Of course, I went way down. I went way down.
Boy, what you doing there?
Let me. I don't know what it's doing. I have no idea.
Oh, you wanted some? You wanted to go to an ad?
Go ahead. I'm used. Did you plug mine in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks like you wanted to talk about an ad.
But when Judge Martin questioned, let me see, I defended my life, I defended my children's lives because they were beating me and my children, Juan Flores said. Speaking through an interpreter, I thought they were going to kill us. Read Friday's record for more of the story, written by staff writer Dana Nichols.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to go after the self-defense piece on it.
Okay.
So that's the update on the
Flores case and the Tammy Ham case.
Yeah.
All right. So what else? Any other hard news today, John? We had the vice presidential candidate debate.
Well, that's the big
Biden
one.
Versus Palin.
That's the big stuff.
Got to watch part of it. I actually TiVoed it for you so you could watch it later. And I have actually on the front page, if you'd like to write in to comment, you can write in
6
as
comments
to what's
so
your
far?
opinion of this evening. Actually, that's not even refreshed.
And
what's your opinion of tonight's debate? Who do you think won?
And we also have the full transcript.
Yes,
so if you didn't want to listen to it,
there's actually 10 comments now.
You could read it.
Yes, you can read it. You could read the full transcript of the debate. I was kind of in the middle of cooking dinner. I didn't get to watch the whole thing, so.
You know, it was kind of an interesting thing because I was on my way home, so I was listening to part of the debate on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
And on the radio, you get the, I think Biden came through better on the radio.
A little bit, I think so. Maybe.
But when you watched it on TV, I think Sarah did a very good job as she was looking directly at the camera.
She did do
so
well with that.
we should probably do more of that on the news. We should probably look
versus
directly at the camera more.
We probably should.
And also, I want to give a plug for tomorrow night for Friday Night Football. We will be coming to you live from Hillmar, land of the cheese. So it's the local
Calaveras High
version
School
of the Cheeseheads.
Okay. You
Right?
have a connection there, right?
We do. We have two. We have a backup
Are you going by
connection as well.
yourself Again?
Unless you want to go.
No thanks.
You don't want to go? All right. We'll be coming to you from the land of the Cheeseheads. Right?
Okay, land of the cheese.
The reason why I say that, they have one of the largest cheese factories in North America, located in Hillmar.
Okay.
Hillmar Cheese. So
that would be starting about 7 p.m., 7:30 p.m. tomorrow evening?
it will go live on Channel 7 starting at 7:30.
Okay.
And we will start probably around 7-ish
Okay. All right.
from the Cheesehead Stadium.
Are you having any help with play-by-play or anything tomorrow evening? Or just doing it all yourself?
Hopefully I'll get a new headset.
He's
So
amazing. He can multitask at the football games, but he can't multitask at home. I don't understand. He can be the cameraman, work the laptop, and do the play-by-play. It's amazing.
what are you saying?
I'm pretty impressed. I can do it. I'm actually very impressed. Anyway,
we'll be coming to you live from Cheesehead Stadium.
yes. Reclamation announces fee change at New Maloney's Lake. The Bureau of Reclamation announced today that fee changes for Phase 2 of New Maloney's Lake, initial plan for phased implementation of the 2005 Federal Lands Recreation Enhancement Act, REA, are being implemented on Wednesday, October 1st. The REA Public Law 108-774, Title 8, authorizes reclamation to issue special recreation use permits and participate in a fee collection retention program and the nationwide federal interagency pass program. The REA provides reclamation the opportunity to continue to offer quality recreation services at New Maloney's Lake as federal budgets are reduced.
Should we cut to the chase?
Yes.
It's going to be $6.
Yes, go ahead. I didn't read that. I just... Okay, go ahead.
We'll just cut to the chase.
Go ahead.
It's going to be $6.
All right.
At least I think, unless I got to go back there and look at it.
Now,
But
what
I was
is going
glancing through it.
on with the Lake Tulloch project?
Oh, funny you might ask.
Because, the plans were, the business is officially closed, right?
Yes, it is, and here's a picture of the front of it.
And everything is closed as of the end of September, correct?
Yep, and here's the shot of the front of the hotel, saying that they are closed.
Okay.
Now, the interesting thing is we talked to a couple, there's some moron standing in front of it,
This is John with the
saying that it's closed. So
So it is closed. So they actually have, this is where the Project Del Lago comes in, where it was actually approved by our county. Right?
Correct. What the basics on this is a project that was approved by the...
You're going to make me sick. Make everybody else sick.
Yes, that's typically what I do, make people sick. Okay, it was approved by the Calaveras County Board of Supervisors but the Board of Supervisors has jurisdiction on the ground around the lake, but on things that extend over the lake or the lake itself, Tridam
comes in.
has the approval on that. So Tridam does not want to approve a project that will extend
So who's filed the lawsuit? Her, the developer, or
no? Tridam
has
Tridam has filed suit against Calaveras County
for approving it. That's right.
As a wrinkle on this, though, and because this was where it gets really kind of convoluted, is. As I understand correctly, this is in some ways a thing of deep pockets in the fact that if Tridam sues Calaveras County, some of the burden of the legal fees will fall on Calaveras County, the legal counsel and stuff, as you would expect. But also, some of those will also be passed on to the developer. Okay. So in some way, this may be just Tridam getting back at the developer.
Okay.
Not maybe that was getting. It was probably a bad choice of words, but this may impact the developer fiscally as well.
So she's threatening, or is going to open. Is it for sure going to happen?
The plans are that they were going to convert the Lake Tulloch Resort into a alcohol and drug rehab center.
Okay.
Speaking with a couple other developers in the area this afternoon, that doesn't look likely.
She's just probably saying that, right, to scare people, maybe.
She may well go through it. It may very well be true, or it may just be trying to get public support for anything there other than a drug and alcohol center.
It's so sad to have it torn down.
And if you go look at the facility, it's a nice facility.
They had their last wedding here this last weekend, and it's I don't understand.
I don't know. If we're looking at it, you think that, man, maybe they should just figure out some way to make that facility work.
I don't know why they don't. I don't understand.
Do you want to open a hotel?
No.
You don't?
But I think
sure?
I mean, it's a gorgeous location. Why can't they make something of it? I don't understand. Why tear it down, and why put townhomes the way the real estate market is right now? I don't know. I don't want to go there.
Those $1 million townhomes.
Yeah, that are going to sell, that are going to sit there.
Market. So, I mean, he's looking at lots of years out. So maybe a drug and alcohol. I mean,
I don't think I'd want either. I think the hotel and the restaurant.
But if you were a client, you could look out at the lake. You would be a nice, peaceful, relaxing.
You're right. Because is there one in Calaveras County?
But the thing is, if you're sitting there around the lake, it's an environment that most people normally would drink at. So if you were having cravings, it's kind of like one of those Corona commercials. You see everybody out there on the water skiing, and it's like...
It's kind of mean, actually.
In some ways it might be.
Yeah,
because you probably want that sensual deprivation, put them up in the trees where all you have is trees to stare at. Right? I
mean, I just don't think now is the time to be building brand new townhomes. It's not in this market. That's my opinion. All right, I never give my opinion, but that's how I feel. No, they're not. They're going to sit there. Look what's happening with other existing real estate projects in the area.
Right.
New projects. Okay.
All right.
So there we go.
Did you want to?
No, I'm done.
You done? Should we talk about entertainment?
Yes, this is our weekend entertainment edition. We have lots of stuff going on. We will start off with Friday. 9-hole scramble and horse race, October 3rd, registration 11:30 a.m. Shotgun starts at 1 p.m. at the Greenhorn Creek Resort. Angels Camp, fundraiser for the Calaveras Community Foundation. Non-tournament events puts a twist on the traditional scramble format with an exciting alternating shot competition to determine the event champions, known as a horse race. Dinner follows. Let me see. For more information, call 736-18445. That takes place tomorrow morning at 11:30. We have Fresh Fridays and Angels Camp continuing through October 10th, 5 p.m. to dusk tomorrow evening. Bret Hart football. Junior varsity starts at 5:30. Varsity at 7 p.m. And they are playing at Ripon. Bret Hart boys soccer tomorrow evening at 5:30 against Argonauts.
Mm-hmm.
At Bret Hart, JV game starts at 5:30. Varsity game at 7. Family karaoke. This is something new.
Karaoke. Now, there's an inside joke because we knew a man at some point that had spent a lot of time in Japan.
Karaoke.
And we were talking about karaoke, and you could tell this really bothered him that we said karaoke. He said, no, it's kara. Karaoke. Karaoke. So now I can't see the word without seeing him go, no, it's karaoke.
Karaoke,
so,
okay.
Yes, now that we've got that out of the way.
So family karaoke at the World Market Mercantile in Angels Camp, something they're going to start doing on Friday evenings. There will be a family karaoke at the World Market on Friday evening starting October 3rd from 6 p.m. Singers, wannabes, and audience are invited to attend. Having a blast karaoke, am I saying it right? Will be the KJs. For more information, call 743-8234.
All right.
Irish Family Vineyards is holding their harvest party
6:30 to 10 p.m. There is a cover charge, so to speak.
I don't know if it's for their club members, though. I'm not
Must
sure
be 21. All you can eat.
Music and barrel tasting. There is also a harvest celebration tomorrow evening at the Douglas Flat Schoolhouse from 6:30 to 9 p.m. Foothill Collaborative for Sustainability Focus invites everyone to our harvest celebration on October 3rd from 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. Enjoy music by EKB, local wine, and food. For information, call 694-8399.
There you go. Or foothillsustainability.org.
The Music Man play actually started tonight and runs tomorrow evening also. From 6:30 to 8:30 p.m., the Calaveras Children's Repertory Theater presents a wonderful musical, The Music Man, a cast of over 40 aspiring young actors and actresses. Friday, October 3rd at 7 p.m. in San Andreas, they will play at the LDS Church. Tickets will be on sale at the front door.
I kind of like this. I kind of have nothing to do.
I'm trying to go fast.
Because if I open up on the cinema, I'll mess up our
Saturday.
lighting. Here we go.
The Grape Stomp.
Grape Stomp, October 4th, downtown Murphy's. They expect a few showers in the morning, but then it should clear out, as it always does. They'll have
downtown Murphy's.
The street fair in downtown Murphy's, benefiting Feeney Park.
Yes.
And they'll also have the
Grape Stomp.
Grape Stomp. And we plan on bringing this live to you again. Some of this will depend a little bit on the weather. If there's a little bit of inclement weather, we will probably just tape it for play later. Because it's one of those things is laptops really don't do well in the rain.
I can't imagine when you put a plastic bag over it.
Yeah, well, you can always put a bag over the camera and do that thing. And actually, a little bit of drizzle might actually help the stompers, help their yields.
You're right. I think it probably will. You're right.
That's true. They could hold up a giant funnel, and say, try to collect the stuff and try to catch the rain. So it may actually help the yields and be a lot of fun. But a little bit on that is because we had some people watch it from Europe last year.
Did.
So it was
a fun day.
But we'll probably try the live broadcast portion will probably a little bit based on weather.
So. We also have the 34th Annual Lumberjack Day in West Point. They start out their morning with a cooked breakfast, craft fair, loggers contest, car show, soapbox derby, quilt exhibit, youth activities, parade at 11 a.m., horseshoe tournament, barbecue dinner, dance, crowning of Mr. and Mrs. Lumberjack, and more.
Are you going to enter?
Gunfighters of the Old West Show. Event is rain or shine.
You're not. Are you going to enter?
No.
To be Miss Lumberjack?
Okay. So that starts at 8 a.m. with breakfast. And at 9 a.m., the Habitat for Humanity Calaveras warehouse is open every first Saturday of the month from 9 to 5 p.m. in San Andreas.
Then they're having the Fall Quilt Show.
The Fall Quilt Show in Valley Springs. The opening ceremonies this is actually going to be very neat. The opening ceremonies honoring wounded warriors with American Legion Post 102 Color Guard and members of the Calaveras High School Band will start at 9:45 a.m. They will actually be presenting some quilts, the quilts of velour, to some wounded soldiers.
Very nice.
And that goes on both days, Saturday and Sunday, from 9 to 5 p.m.
And so while you're doing that, I'll just do my Sarah Palin and just stare at the camera.
Bret Hart Cross Country Pacific Grove Invitational in Pacific Grove, 10 a.m. Bruce Castle presents Our Disappearing Forests, Saturday, October 4th at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at Jack Knight's Hall in Calaveras Big Trees.
Discussing some of the clear cuts.
Yes, the presentation uses aerial and ground photographs to illustrate timber harvesting practices in the Central Sierra Nevada. Auditions for 101 Dalmatians are at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
I'm working on mine.
At Mark Twain Elementary School in Angels Camp for the Calaveras Children's Repertory Theater, ages 5 to 18. And anybody who auditions will actually be cast for the play.
I've got my spots.
I know I'm getting
going.
my spot.
Yeah, because in case you were joking, I was joking earlier that we're getting more qualified to audition because as we get older, we get more spots.
Yes, me
right?
too.
As the age spots start to
on my hands.
Yes, because I've got them all around. So
all those
anyway,
canning good years.
And it's I'm going to be ready for.
Yes.
Yeah.
We also have the Bonnie Raitt concert at 7 p.m. at
The
Ironstone
big
Vineyard.
finale for the Ironstone Summer
concert
Concert Series.
The Bonnie Raitt with special guests, the Blind Boys of Alabama. Doors open at 6 p.m. Show starts at 7. And they do still have good seats available.
But they are going quick, aren't they?
They are going
so you
quick.
better call and go quick.
Yes. Sunday, the Valley Springs Quilt Show continues. Calaveras Unified School District Education Foundation Annual Gala. Actually,
say that 5 times.
That's somebody must have put that in, and that's actually a mistake. That's not till
That's
October
not till
25th.
October.
Sorry about that.
That's this one. Oh, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an error. All right. So that is the weekend.
That's the weekend.
Pretty exciting stuff.
And we will take you out with Supervisor Russ Thomas.
Yes.
And Supervisor Russ Thomas.
Did you go by there this evening?
On my way home.
My goodness, you were busy today.
I was
got home late.
I was there like 5 minutes. That was it. He
Wow.
probably wishes I was there. But this one
You
is
were busy today.
he has a phenomenal voice, and he was there with accompaniment. And he has.
Excuse me. Oh no. Uh-oh.
See? And he really does. He has a phenomenal voice. And Professor Peter Bond on the keyboard. Peter Bond was on the keyboard. He also had another accompaniment. I believe I didn't catch her name. The lady from San Francisco was there. And it was interesting thing is, I was talking with Paul Stein and Mr. Haley from Castle and Cook, and they were saying it was just really amazing his voice. I mean, he is just stunning. And we'll post this and put this up on the site because we understand that he has some relatives in Sweden that would like to see the performance. And
I have often walked down the street before, but the pavement always stayed beneath my feet before. All at once am I.
And this will be the Thursday night music series in Copperopolis. And it's starting to look like fall down there. There's going to be a new restaurant opening in a couple weeks, a couple more stores, so I think they'll have a nice Christmas season. And this will be at the Copperopolis Town Square. We're also going to have a pumpkin patch.
Oh, they are. Okay. There's not a whole lot of those in California.
In any other part of town, does enchantment pour out of every door? No, it's just on the street where you live. And oh, the powering feeling just to know somehow you are near. The overpowering feeling
Does Son have a voice like that?
that any second you may suddenly appear. People
You went to
stop
high school
and
with this thing?
stare, they don't bother me, for there's nowhere else on earth that I would rather be. Let the time go by.
Should we just stare into the camera?
I won't care if
I need to work on that.
can't
Take some serotonin lessons.
Thank you very much for stopping by the
Thank you.
news tonight, and we will see you back
Have a
here
wonderful weekend.
on Monday.
Thank you.
Good night.